Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. Good morning to everybody on the East, West, wherever you are. It is the Olympics in Milano Cortina. The men's tournament is finally underway, which you know what that means. It is time for some live commentary streams here for the Olympics. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the live commentary as we get started here on my screen. It is Canada and Czechia to open up this first day of Olympic live streams. So we will be live this morning for Czechia and Canada, followed by USA and Latvia later on at 3:10 Eastern Time. So we got a fun slate of hockey here tonight. Welcome to the commentary streams. If you are new, we do commentaries for all 32 teams in the NHL, and then some here, obviously, with the Winter Olympics as all the teams enter onto the ice. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary, so like the stream in the comment section down below. And the players have entered out onto the ice, and we're going to get ready to get started here in just a moment. What's up, Bond? What's up, JJ? This is a good time for you, JJ, because you're not going to miss any of the streams. And obviously, we will be live for Finland here on Saturday morning. I can't wait to get up that early to stream those games. But what's up, JJ? Good to see you in the chat. Starting goaltenders here, projected for both sides. You have Jordan Binnington in net for Team Canada and Lucas Dostal in net for Team Czechia. It should be a pretty good game. Again, I understand, Canada is a pretty stacked team, but don't get Czechia mixed out of that. They're a very good team even still with that. So I'm expecting a good game from them as well as we get ready for the start of the first period here in just a moment. Both teams taking warm-ups. And again, I'm expecting a really good hockey game here. It's the first time in 12 years that these two teams have NHL players in the Olympics. It's been a long time seeing some of these faces here. It's a pretty great sight, actually. I've never been fortunate enough to see the Olympic game, or to see a best on best tournament featuring Canada and Czechia. So this is kind of all new for me, and I'm really excited to watch this game tonight. Starting lineup, you have Sidney Crosby, Sidney Crosby, Mark Stone, and Mitch Marner against Hurdle, Necas, and Pastrnak. And here we go. It is the 2026 men's tournament in Milano Cortina. The first time in 12 years we see NHL players in the Olympics. It is Canada versus Czechia, and we are underway. Face-off one here by Canada. Taves will bank that one off the boards back into the Czechia zone. Trying to play that one down low then is Hurdle. Intercept by Canada in front. Tried to throw a pass to center. Kept in the zone, though, by Cale Makar. Makar fires down low. Puck in the crease. Jabbing at that puck just wide is Marner on that opportunity. Puck will slide back up top. Makar fires it on, and that one is blocked as it slides back down low into the corner. What's up, Von Hook? Welcome to the stream. Here comes Czechia now, their first offensive zone chance. It's Radim Simek who fires a shot into the glove of Jordan Binnington. And again, starting goaltenders on both sides. Jordan Binnington this season with the St. Louis Blues at .864 and just 8 wins this season. He has not been great for St. Louis this year, but is hoping to potentially turn his season around here with a good Olympic tournament. On the other side, Lucas Dostal, who has been on a pretty solid Anaheim Ducks team, has put up some good numbers this season as well. Face-off in the Canada zone, won by Canada, chipped out to center. Intercepted at the line now, coming in with speed. A whistle was blown dead. Thoughts on Italy yesterday? That was a good game. I thought Italy handled them very well. And we get a whistle here. I believe this is for penalty. Otherwise, it was either offsides. I'm not exactly sure what happened here. So it's nothing. We'll just get a face-off outside of the Czechia zone. Face-off won by Canada. They will dump it into the Czech end. Picking it up down low in the corner, then trying to move that puck was the likes of Michael Kempney, former NHLer. It's fun. With a tournament like this, you see a lot of guys who have been playing overseas and maybe haven't been in the NHL for a while. This is a prime example of that here with a team like Czechia. Here's Hagel now throwing it down low. Up top to Nathan MacKinnon. Parayko trying to poke check that one ahead then. Stolen back by the Czechs. Here's David Kampf back to Palat. Kampf, pass back over. A shot! Saved by Binnington as he gets that one in the chest on Kempney. And we are off to a fast start here in Milano Cortinas. Both teams with 2 shots already through not even a minute 40 of the game. And yeah, I can already tell you this is going to be a good one. Guaranteed. Face-off here now in the Canada zone. Won by Canada. Down low is Stars defenseman Thomas Harley. Off of an injury. Was called up to the Four Nations face-off last year. I feel like that tournament and the way he played kind of earned him a spot here. Here's Harley back over. A shot save in front by Dostal on Macklin Celebrini. The youngest player for Canada in this tournament. Now taken the other way then by the Czechs. And we have a penalty coming up here against Czechia as the arm is raised. Binnington will go to the Canada bench, and we're going to get a Canada power play. But first off, a 6-on-5. Handling it now down low is Harley looking for options, trying to break that one here through center. The Czechs will touch. And for the first time in this game and the first time in the Olympics, we are going to get a Canada power play. And it is on the likes of Lucas Sedlak, who is heading to the box for an interference call. Knocks McDavid down there. That is definitely a no-no for holding. And now we will get a Canada power play. Sadly, this will be the only preliminary game we will be live for both Canada and the United States. Face-off one here then by the Czechs. They will clear it around behind the boards all the way back into the Canada zone. Sucks because a lot of these games are very early and I have school most days, so it makes it difficult for me to commentate these. Here's Makar with speed into the zone, trying to feed that one up top. Taking it back behind the net then as the Czechs fed up top then. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid, a shot off the post. And this power play already off and running. Makar to McDavid as a whistle is blown here as the net comes off its hinges. And they will get that replaced. Hope you guys are having a great day here so far. It's a nice little Thursday morning. Tomorrow's Friday. Take a look at this first line power play for Canada. Sam Reinhart, Nathan MacKinnon, Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, and Cale Makar. That is a combined total of 7 Stanley Cups within that whole power play altogether. There's only one game where he got that low minutes. Yeah, that's kind of wild. He didn't play that much. Up top now, Crosby. Feeds the puck down low. McDavid in front. Crosby denied by Dostal. Gets a little jab at there by Dostal. And this Canada power play already off and pushing. This is, I can already tell, guys, this is going to be a great one. Yeah, exactly. We got no change for sure. Face-off won by Canada in the Czech zone. Makar to McDavid. McDavid down low to Crosby. Crosby at the goal line, then back to McDavid. Connor McDavid. Pass in front. Saved by Dostal. And cleared away by the Czechs as Reinhart gets a chance there in front. Here's Cale Makar now. Will drop it back to Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon will take it through the zone now with speed back to McDavid. McDavid circles around, feeds it up top. MacKinnon deking in now, back to McDavid. Canada cycling. Crosby to McDavid. Up top to Makar. Makar to MacKinnon. MacKinnon fires it on. Saved by Dostal, jabbing at that puck. It was in the crease, and the Czechs will clear it out of play. Faceoff's going to stay in the Czechia zone with 16:30 left to go in the opening period. So we'll be live on Saturday morning, 6 a.m. start time we are going to be live streaming Sweden versus Slovakia and Finland versus Italy. Those will be the games on Saturday. That will do it for the prelims. No streams tomorrow, sadly. Can't do that with school. Here's a pass over. A shot there from Celebrini goes wide. Now on the right side, Bo Horvat tried to keep that puck in. It's jabbed out to center. Less than 20 seconds to go here on the power play. Through the zone, Shea Theodore drops it back for Marner. Marner into the zone and intercepted by Hurdle, who will bank it out to center. Celebrini gets it right back. Here he comes in. Now back to Marner. Marner, as the power play concludes, pass up to Theodore. A shot saved by Dostal. Played back down low. Czechs get it back. They try to bank it through center. Racing forward with speed then into the zone is Sedlak out of the box. He will feed that one up top. Cleared back down low then into the corner by the Czechs as they try and cycle that puck. David Spacek at the point will dump that one down low to Hurdle. Can't get it there in time. Now behind the net, David Pastrnak. Pastrnak up top. Spacek a shot blocked in front and chipped back to the right side. Now Theodore back up then for Mark Stone. Played to center. Spacek back to Natchez. Over then for David Pastrnak. Pastrnak gets jabbed at by two different Canadian players. Now Marchand cross-ice pass is intercepted. Here's Marty Natchez. Natchez, top player for the Colorado Avalanche, playing against two of his teammates here tonight. Dumped into the zone then quickly by Filip Hronek. It'll be an icing against Czechia with 14:53 to go. Shots are 6-2 in favor of Canada. A power play will certainly do that. And we are scoreless here in the first ever Olympic commentary in Watch with Nordic history. We have streamed these teams once before in live commentary history. It was a 6-4 win for Czechia in the World Junior Championships. Battling for it now down low in the corner. Canada trying to bank this one through center. Here's Sam Bennett back to Hagel. Hagel will clear it down low into the zone. Dumped around the right side. Kept in the zone, though, by Canada. Down low now, Brandon Hagel battling for it. Playing on a line with Sam Bennett and Brad Marchand. It's the Florida connection there. Here's Bennett trying to feed a pass in front. Down low, Sedlak trying to get it. Marchand a fire. And that one goes up back into the corner. Now Hagel back to Bennett. Bennett down low. Hagel in front. Fires it on. Blocked. Rebounds there. Jabbing at that puck. It slides wide of Dostal. And now goes up and out of play. Dostal is in net, Dean. Dostal is in net for Team Czechia. 14:06 left to go here in the opening period. It is scoreless here in the Olympic Games. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below. If you enjoy the commentary, we do these commentaries every single week for all 32 teams and then some. Puck is dumped back into the Canada zone. It's an icing against the Czechs. It is worth saying we will be doing plenty of Olympic commentaries, just not a lot during the prelims. Next week we'll be doing a lot more. Just this week, it's really not possible with school and all that, so kind of got to play it by ear like this. Go Canada, go. Love to hear that. Face-off coming here now in the Czechia zone. Won by Canada. Makar up top to Taze. He's forced to bring it out of the zone. Yeah, I know. I wanted Vladar too as a Flyers fan, but sadly we're not going to get that. At least not in this game. Here's a turnover the other way. 2-1 for the Czechs. Here they come the other way. Shot on Bennington goes wide. Now down low here, trying to play that one behind the net, was the likes of Radek Faksa. Banked off the boards then, back to Marmer. Spacek will feed it to center. Now Parayko into the zone. Conan Parayko will clear that one down low, wrap around behind the net. Now McDavid trying to take it back. Stolen back then by the Czechs. Here they come the other way with speed as Andre Kasse fires a shot on Jordan Bennington. And he will make the save. And we will head to commercial break for the first time here. It is scoreless here in Italy. So what's fun about, tournaments like this and why I like to watch some of these tournaments is that you see a lot of players, especially for these countries who maybe not have a lot of NHL talent, guys who are former NHLers suit up to play in the Olympics here. A big example of that is Andre Kasse, who actually has played over 200 games in the NHL, has 124 points. He has not played in the NHL since 2022-23 and has been over in the Czech leagues since. Another guy who is a pretty darn good example of that is a guy like Michael Kempny, who has played in the NHL before. I believe he might even be a Stanley Cup champion with the Washington Capitals. He is. So he obviously played some time with Chicago, won a Stanley Cup with the Washington Capitals. Over 200 games in his NHL career. Go Flyers, yeah. Hopefully the Flyers can have a good second half of the year and come back, but it's not looking great for the playoffs. Let's go Rangers. Yeah, Rangers, not a great season this year. Take a look at winners from the 2014 gold medal team of the Sochi Winter Olympics. Sidney Crosby is the one of two, with Drew Doughty being the other. Those are the only two guys who are on this team who have prior Olympic gold experience. A lot of first-timers here. A lot of guys from the Four Nations Championship. Still believe you have a shot? Yeah, I believe we do too. It's not over yet for any team. Here's McDavid now versus Tomas Hertl in the Canada zone. Face-off won by the Czechs. Up top, Simek fires it on. It goes back down low into the corner. Trying to play it down low now is David Pastrnak. Pastrnak in the corner, being tied up then by the likes of Josh Morrissey. Now McDavid trying to backhand that one out. Right side, Natchez, puck up top. And Hronek will bring it out of the zone now to regroup. Down low now, Hronek fires it on. Saved by Bennington as he got that one with the glove as well. Wilson crushes them all. Yup. You're probably right. That's the first shot for Czechia here since the power play. Take a look at the coaches here on both sides. You have Radim Rulik behind the bench for Czechia. And on the other side, you have one of the NHL's highly touted coaches in John Cooper. And I still don't know why he has never won a Jack Adams in his NHL career just yet. But he is behind a pretty stacked bench as well. Face-off in the Canada zone, won by the Czechs. Up top, a shot saved by Bennington from Jan Rutta. A lot of current NHL players here on Czechia, despite obviously not having a lot of talent. Here's McKinnon deking in. Now a shot there from the likes of Suzuki is denied by Dostal. There's John Cooper behind the bench for Canada. Assistant coach Pete DeBoer. I believe Rick Tocchet is also there on the staff as well. You see Bruce Cassidy. That is one hell of a bench. Oh my God. Bruce Cassidy, John Cooper, Rick Tocchet, and Pete DeBoer. Wow. Hope your country wins. Won a couple years ago in the World Cup. Yeah, good luck. We'll see if the Czechs can pull out the upset here, I would argue. Here's Bennington now, backhanded out to center, racing forward with speed, then Suzuki. Pops back out to McKinnon, a shot. He scores! They're blowing it dead. They're waving it dead. No goal. It must have went off the post. Or it was offsides, but immediately as Nathan McKinnon scored, the referee blew it dead. Let's see what the call is. They called Suzuki for a penalty mid-goal. Are you serious? Wow, Nathan McKinnon came into the zone. He scored. The play happened so fast, but they blew Suzuki dead for a tripping penalty on Jan Rutta, and McKinnon immediately scored afterwards, but no, it will not count, and we are going to get a Czechia power play as a result. Face-off in the Canada zone, won by the Czechs. Here comes Canada shorthanded. Through the zone now with speed. To the front of backhand. Saved by Dostal. On a great chance there from New York Islanders forward Bo Horvat. Through the zone is Marty Necas with speed. Necas drops it back to Pastrnak. Pastrnak battling on the right side with Horvat. Hurdle. Up top, Palat. Right side, Necas. Point then to Hronek. Pastrnak, a shot blocked by Makar. And he will clear it down the other way. Czechs will now regroup here in their own zone. It's Filip Hronek who will drop it back then to Marty Necas. Marty Necas now through the zone to Hronek. Hronek will fire that one down low. Now Hurdle. Pass in front. Saved by Binnington. Cleared back down low into the corner. Up top, Hronek. Hronek to Pastrnak. Cleared by Canada all the way back down the other way. Through the neutral zone now. Taking that one with speed. And Spacek will drop it back to Pastrnak. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Taking that one down low into the zone then with speed is Dominik Kubalik, former Chicago Blackhawk, Calder Trophy finalist. Canada intercepts the puck. They will dump it down the other way. A lot of, again, as I said, like, you see a lot of new guys come in here. Or not really new guys. See a lot of guys that, like, you often forget even existed. It's pretty fun. Here come the Czechs now through the zone. Kase. Down low then for Cervenka. Moves it below the goal line. Will throw that one up top. Czechs can't keep it in. Puck will slide back down the other way. And that will pretty much do it here for the power play. So both teams with power plays here tonight. Both of them being killed off. Here's Michael Kempny now regrouping in the Czechia zone. We are now halfway through the first period. We are scoreless here in Milano Cortina. David Kampf battling for it down low then with Parayko. Puck slides out behind the net. Now Connor McDavid feeds it up to Tom Wilson. Wilson off the boards then down low into the corner. Faxa banked all the way out to center. As Canada regroups now and dumps it back into the Czechia end. Radko Gudas then feeds a pass up then for David Kampf. Kampf into the zone will dump it around now behind the net. Necas battling for it with Connor McDavid. Hurdle joins the fight as well. Tomas Hurdle behind the net. Hurdle a backhand. Saved by Binnington. And he will cover. Jordan Binnington here tonight. Won the Four Nations Face-Off tournament last year and keeps this game scoreless here in the Santa Gula Arena. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. It feels great to be back. It's been a little bit since we have done a live commentary stream. It's great to be back. You guys know I talk about all the time how much I love this stuff. Definitely capable of winning. Good to be. Goalies have to be good though, for sure. Yeah, I know. Radko Gudas, one of my favorite childhood Flyers. I got to agree. He's one of my favorites. And he's in here tonight. Showing off the Four Nations face-off from Canada versus United States back in February of last year. It was a year ago next Friday where Connor McDavid scored the overtime winner against Team USA to win the Four Nations. We were live for that game. So stay tuned for a little Olympic memory short popping up on your feed soon of the Connor McDavid winner. It was a February 20th that he did that, a year ago next Friday. Tomorrow, a year ago tomorrow, was when USA took on Finland in the Four Nations face-off. And it was a 6-1 win for the United States. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate it. I do the best I can. Try and keep it professional here, of course, and keep it also fun as well. Face-off won by Canada. Cleared back out to center. Brandon Hagel. Pass back down low then for Cale Makar. Makar cross ice to Taze. 11 minutes gone here in the first period. Still looking for our first goal. Taze clear down low into the corner. Now Hagel behind the net then. Suzuki thrown up to McKinnon. Up top, Taze, a shot. Saved by Dostal. Puck goes down low now into the corner. Battling forward here. Puck slides up top. Here come the Czechs the other way. Hronek will dump it into the zone. Icing blown here against Czechia. Shots 8-7 in favor of Canada with 8:41 to go. We have just crossed over the 1,000 view mark on this stream already, and we are just over halfway through the first period of this game. Thank you all so much for yet again your ever-continued support. It really does mean a lot. Face-off won by Canada. Shot down low is tipped. Up top now, Morrissey back to Crosby. Crosby tried to throw a pass to center. Down low now. Feeding that one up in front, David Pastrnak. Trying to loop that one around. Stolen back then by Canada. Crosby. Cross ice to Stone. Puck will slide in then on Dostal. And he will cover. And it really did not take that long for things to get active here. We knew again that these are two very good teams with highly offensive lines. And whenever these two teams face off, especially over the last, I would say, 10 years or so, it's been very good games. With the new talent of Pastrnak and Natchez and Hurdle, and you got the goalies back there. Dostal with Dan Vladar and Karel Vizmelka. It's a really good roster of Czechs this team has put together after completely rebuilding their program. And again, this is a team that won silver in the World Junior Championships. Not the same team per se, but obviously you get the picture. Trying to clear that one out to center. Dump back into the Czechia zone. Icing against Team Canada. Again, as I said, we've seen these two teams face off in a live commentary stream before. It was a 6-4 win for Czechia in the World Junior Championships. And it is just the second time ever these two teams have, or the second time ever Czechia has played in a live commentary. Face-off now won by the Czechs. Michael Kempny will clear it back down low now behind the net. Played back down low. Richard Sedlak trying to move that one around now. In the corner, Drew Doughty, one of the two 2014 Gold Olympians. Puck is up in the air back in center ice. Thomas Harley. Back down low then for Drew Doughty. Doughty to Connor McDavid. McDavid poke checked away. He'll get it back and dump it down low then into the Czechia zone. Radko Gudas thrown back around then for Kempny, who will clear that one all the way back into the Canada zone. Now Josh Morrissey trying to evade the Canada defenders. Here's Wilson back up to McDavid. McDavid trying to get it around Simek. Connor McDavid playing in his first Olympics here of his career. Celebrini centering pass to McDavid. Can't get the shot on. Now down low, Filip Hronek. Through to center. Theodore. Up for Celebrini. McDavid and him crosses. There's a line change. Now Shea Theodore with speed. Feed to pass up then for Horvat. Bo Horvat now down low into the zone. Kempny battling for it. Hronek trying to chip that one to center. Off the boards now Hurdle. Hurdle will dump it down low into the Canada zone. Right side here now, Sam Reinhart. Played ahead then for Marchand. Marchand cross ice. Horvat a shot. Goes wide. Bo Horvat down low. Pass in front. Just wide. Another chance for Marchand. Now Reinhart up top. Makar. Thrown back down low into the corner. Horvat racing for it. Tied up there with a check. Comes back to center. Now Pastrnak to Natchez. Marty Natchez evades the defenders with speed to center. A backhand. Denied by Bennington. In the air now. Natchez below the goal line. Pastrnak pass over. Hurdle can't connect. Reinhart will clear to center with less than 6 minutes to go in this opening period. Shots are 9-8 in favor of Team Canada. We have a perfectly even game here. Shot from Kase, saved by Bennington. Puck was in the crease. Parayko steals it back to center. Now David Kampf will dump it back down low into the Canada zone. Parayko trying to chip this one off the boards to center. Here's Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon with speed. Waits. Cross ice pass to Suzuki. Suzuki will fire it off the side of the net. Now Radko Gudas plays it ahead then for Kase, who will clear that one into the Canada zone. Yeah, I've never seen him do that before. You're right. But he can get physical. And in a tournament like this, you definitely need to be. Into the zone now, Sedlak trying to fire that one on. Now down low in the corner, battling for it with Doughty. David Tomasek, who was in the NHL earlier this season, battling for it down low as well. Tomasek started the season off in the NHL, decided he wanted to return home. And now he is playing for his home nation. Doughty, right side, backhands it behind the net then to Harley. 4.5 minutes to go in the first period, still scoreless. Harley to Doughty. Drew Doughty intercepted. Canada gets it right back though. Stone, down low then for Crosby. Battling for it, Spacek down low now. Marner, pass over. Crosby can't convert. Up top, Tays. Back to Stone. Stone to Makar. Makar fires it. Saved by Dostal. Rebounds in front. Jabbing at that puck. Czechia gets it back. Here's Dominic Kubalik, who can't get it fully on his stick. Now Mark Stone steals it back for Canada. Stone off the boards to Makar, who will dump that one down low. Wilson cleared back down low. McDavid thrown back up top. Parayko to Wilson. Wilson cleared down low now below the goal line. Trying to send a pass in front was the rookie Macklin Celebrini. Celebrini backhands it down low then. McDavid back over then for Wilson. Tom Wilson down low. Up top, Morrissey could not keep that one in the zone. Now Parayko back to Celebrini as he goes off sides. And Michael Kempney giving the younglings some welcome to the Olympics punches, and Parayko did not like that, and now we're getting physical here in Italy. Shots are 10-9 in favor of Team Canada here tonight. Again, we'll be live later today for the United States and Latvia. That will be the later game here on our slate of Olympic commentaries. We will not be live again till Saturday, which we will be live for Sweden and I believe Slovakia. I should probably know this by heart. Until Sweden, Slovakia, and Finland, Italy will be our commentaries on Saturday morning. And then Tuesday, we'll be doing 3 Olympic playoff qualifiers as well. And then we will not be live again until the bronze and gold medal games later on that weekend. So we got plenty of Olympic commentaries coming up here. It really sucks because these games are in the morning, and it really prevents me from being able to do more. Had they not be in the morning and they were actually at like normal times, I would be able to do a lot more. But with school, it really prevents me from doing what I want to do. Yeah, it's like we're playing it. I remember I was watching yesterday's game, and it really felt like a playoff atmosphere for that first game from Finland, Slovakia. Go Canada, go. Love to hear that. Yeah, this really does feel like a playoff kind of atmosphere, but that should not be surprising. It's the Olympics. I felt like the Four Nations felt like that last year, too. Face-off coming here now in the neutral zone. It's Bennett versus Hurdle. Still no score here in Milan. Face-off is won by Canada. 3 minutes to go in this opening period. Scoreless. Thomas Harley now with speed through center. Will dump it down low into the Czechia zone. Now Marchand hit in the corner by Simek. Marchand still stays up and moving. Now a cross-ice pass for David Pastrnak. Pasternak trying to check that one through center. Stolen back then by Bennett. Bennett up to Reinhardt. Reinhardt battling for it with Hronek. Off the boards now Spacek. Back over for Natchez. A little collision there at the Czechia blue line. David Pasternak now will regroup back to center. Pasta. Right side then for David Kampf, who will clear that one down low into the zone. Kept in the zone then by Kasse. Now Pasternak pass over in front. He loses it in his skates. Now Theodore back to Hagel. Brandon Hagel will dump that one down low into the Czech zone. Icing here against Team Canada with 2 minutes to go. What really sucks about these Olympic Games is that they are obviously ran under NBC and Peacock. So what this prevents me from doing is I cannot make any shorts. I can't make any short content with this Olympics. So you think. I'm going to try. We're gonna try make a short if I can find the right clip. But, like, again, it's impossible to find the goal clips in the way that I need them. So... and even if I do find them, it's copyright, but we'll see. Face-off won by Czechia. Kempny down low. Back up to the point. Fires it on. Sam Bennington. Rebound in front. Jabbing at that puck. Bennington keeps it out. What a stop by Jordan Bennington, who holds that puck in at the crease. What a chance for Czechia and David Kampf. And he is robbed by Jordan Bennington on the rebound in front. And I thought we were going to be talking about a 1-0 lead for the Czechs. Shots are now dead even. Does it get any better than this? Face-off here now in the Canada zone. Won by the Czechs. Palat up top. Gudis' shot saved. Now another shot goes wide there off of Kempny. Now backhanded into the corner here now. Trying to handle that puck is Kampf. Trying to feed that one up top. Stolen back then by Horvat. Horvat to center. Radko Gudis now back down low then for Michael Kempny. 90 seconds to go in this opening period. Sedlak will dump it down low into the Canada end. Sedlak now behind the net trying to handle that puck. Will feed it up top. Shot goes wide. Back over then for Sidney Crosby. Crosby over then for Stone, who will slap shot that one down low. Approaching the final minute of play here in the opening period. Parayko down low. Circling around now, trying to bring it back through center. Colton Parayko will dump it down low into the Czech end. Now Dostal battling for it down low. Crosby back up to Stone. Stone to Crosby. Crosby fed back up top. Theodore to Doughty. Doughty down low. Crosby in front. Marner a chance goes wide. Picked back up then by Marty Natchez. Over then for Radko Gudis. Gudis cross ice. Hurdle to Pasternak. Can't get it there as Doughty blocks it. 20 seconds to go. Pasternak thrown to center. Another chance. Hronek's shot goes wide. Theodore takes it back then. Try to send a pass all the way up for Connor McDavid. Dostal out of his net to play it. McDavid with 10 seconds to go. Pass back to Wilson. Can't get it there. Makar a shot. Rebound. They score. Cale Makar from up top. Celebrini might have tipped that in front. With 5.2 seconds on the clock. It's 1-0 Canada. Dostal was looking for a high stick. And Cale Makar, a nice little shot from the point. It was maybe tipped by Macklin Celebrini in front. Not 100% sure. I'll see better from this angle. No way. Macklin Celebrini at the Olympic level, just 19 years old, puts Team Canada on the board. It's 1-0 with 5 seconds left. Are you serious? Macklin Celebrini. Wow. And the buzzer blows. That will do it here for the first period from Italy as Macklin Celebrini from a point shot from Cale Makar makes it a 1-0 lead for Canada at the end of 20 minutes of play. Oh my God, look at Bo Horvat. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the second period momentarily. Macklin Celebrini from Cale Makar and Connor McDavid. And the kid gets Canada going. Wow. Again, it's hard to tell from my angle with those tip shots. Sometimes you can tell pretty easily. Sometimes you can only see it with replay. And that was one of those instances where it's like, I can really only see it if it's from the right angle. So sadly, I wasn't able to see that. But Macklin Celebrini, wow, at the Olympic stage, kid is just 19 years old. Absolutely incredible. Like that is a guy who we are going to see at the Olympic stage for plenty of years to come. Incredible. Go Canada, go MVP. Love to hear that. Thank you all for your support. We already have 1,500 views on this commentary through just 20 minutes of play. I really appreciate your guys' support. That means a lot to me. Be sure to like the stream down below if you're new. Wow. Are we even surprised? We shouldn't even be surprised, honestly. Celebrini is such an incredible talent. So let's tally this up here. It is Macklin Celebrini from Cale Makar and Connor McDavid as Celebrini gets that tip in front. And he gives Team Canada the 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. A really high-paced first period. That was a great opening frame. Again, you look at that goal, it's McDavid moving it to Makar. The shot from up top goes in. Like, it really doesn't get that much better than that, honestly. Updating the all-time score sheet here quickly. So again, Celebrini from Makar and McDavid. And the Sharks fans should be very happy with that, even though you obviously are United States. But a tip in front from Macklin Celebrini, who's left wide open. Shots are 11-11 through 20 minutes of play. That was great. Again, like you look at how we came out of the play immediately. We came out of the gate immediately. Both teams, shots are 11-11 here through 20 minutes of play. That shows the closeness of this game right now. And you even see with a guy like, a Connor McDavid coming out here and just with his speed, creating plays. You have Makar up top just being able to circle that puck around. That Canada power play to start off was dangerous. But the Czechs, they look great. Again, this is a Czechia team that is mostly made of guys who aren't in the NHL currently. You do have a nearly full top six of players who are in the NHL, obviously. Guys like Pastrnak, Hurdle, Natchez, Palat, Kampf, and a guy like Radek Fexa as well on that fourth line. But you have a lot of guys who have really made themselves known through former NHL play, former Olympic play, and also World Junior Championships as well. It's great seeing a lot of these guys on the main stage. Definitely. So second period coming up in just a little bit, probably about 15 minutes or so. Go Iceland from Mighty Ducks D2. Oh, yeah. Who doesn't love those Mighty Ducks? What a great game we got here. Give myself a second to catch my breath really quick. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. It's already been a pretty historically fun commentary tonight. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. All right. Let's take a look at the other games going on here tonight on the Olympic stage. Again, there are 4 games today, and there's one game that was at 6 a.m. this morning that has concluded. And that was the likes of... I try and find it here really quick. That was Switzerland and France. In the men's prelim round, it was a 4-0 win for Switzerland. Obviously, in that game, it was the 6 a.m. start time. You saw goals from Timo Meier, who had 2 in this game. Yanis Moser got on the board, and Damien Riat as well. And a 4-0 shutout win there for Team Switzerland. In net was, as I try and find it here, was Leonardo Giannoni, who had the 60-save shutout. Canadian here in Bali, enjoyed your stream. Thank you. No problem. Thank you, David. I appreciate the support. You know, that means a lot, guys. I really do appreciate all the support you guys give me. It really does mean a lot. I say it all the time. I could not do this without you guys. All right, pulling up the game here again. There we go. First period, it was a pretty even period. It was a very even period. You saw Canada come out on the power play first. Czechs killed it off. They had their chances. Shots were like 8-4 through the first 10 minutes of play. Then Czechia started making a push. It wasn't until 5 seconds left in the game where Macklin Celebrini got a tip in front from a Cale Makar shot, made it a 1-0 lead for Canada here at the end of 20. But it was a great first period. You can really tell right off the draw that it was a high pace, high rush. It felt like, and again, JJ here in the chat made a good point. It really felt like a playoff game. Like, you go into here, you see, you know, the Olympic stage, even in a prelim setting, it feels like a playoff game. All right, should be second period here in just a little bit. They're doing their United States versus Latvia preview. We'll be live later today for United States and Latvia. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Turn on the notification bell. Good version of Bennington till now. Yeah, he's been good, actually. He's made some big saves. All right, we got some new fans in here. A lot of new people in here from Czechia, Canada. I just want to ask, what is your guys' favorite NHL team? I'll go first. Mine's the Flyers. I'm a Flyers fan. I am from the United States, Pennsylvania born. Big Philadelphia Flyers fan. But it is cool seeing new people join the chat who maybe aren't from, you know, North America and obviously different people. So what are your guys' favorite NHL teams? I know what your favorite nations are, but what is your favorite NHL team? Comment it down below. But yeah, good version of Bennington till now has stopped all 11 shots he's faced. Lucas Dostal played good as well. 10 saves on 11 shots also. Rangers. Yeah, you already said that. That's right. I forgot about that. Rangers is a good pick. Canadians. Okay. Yeah, Canadians. French-Canadian makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Get to see your boy Nick Suzuki. For the Rangers, do they even have a Canadian player on the team? I'm trying to think. Let's go take a look. No, Rangers don't have a Canadian on the team. Wow, okay. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, because the scratches are Sanheim and Jarvis. Well, you'll get to see your Rangers play in the American game. It's like what, JT Miller, Vincent Trocheck, all the 800 million different United States Rangers, United States born players. Just crossed over the 2,000 view mark here on this live commentary. Thank you all so much for that. Ooh, what is this? Just found game reports. What is this? Interesting. Lineups. Oh, okay. That's cool. Graphical lineups. Just found this new thing. Huh. Interesting. All right. Should be getting ready for the start of the second period here in a matter of moments. Yeah, Rangers not a good team this year. Traded Panarin. Likely going to trade Trocheck too. Better than Toronto Maple Leafs. Oilers. Oilers are a great team. I love streaming the Oilers just because of McDavid. Like you always know you're gonna get a show when you stream the Oilers, just because of how good Connor McDavid is. Earlier today, the Canada women's team beat Finland 5-0. That was off of a game that was previously postponed due to the Finland team having the norovirus, which was very interesting. Thoughts on Matthews as captain? I mean, it's not the worst choice they could have went with. I don't know if it's the best, though. All right, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 between Team Canada and Team Czechia here in the Olympic Games in Milano Cortina. First period recap, goals were scored by Macklin Celebrini with 5 seconds to go. Stats through 20, shots are 11-10 in favor of Canada after those final few minutes. Penalties, Canada 0 for 1, Czechia 0 for 1 as well. As we get ready for the start of period number 2 here in the matter of seconds. Both teams just entering out onto the ice now as I speak. Trying to plug in my computer. There we go. All right, let's get ready for the start of period number 2. It's Hertl versus Crosby. Waste of money, yeah. Here we go. Second period underway. Face-off 1. Oh, I looked at it wrong. Okay, the shots are 11-11. My apologies. Puck down low now in the Czechia zone. Banked off the boards. Natchez will clear back into the Canada end. Bennington out of his net to play that puck because it's no icing. Hertl battling for it now with Makar Pastrnak. Right side then, Marner to Makar. Makar to Stone. 3-on-2 for Canada. Stone up top. Cross ice pass into the zone. Deking in. Marner could not get a shot on. Pastrnak will clear all the way out to center. Canada forced to regroup here in their own end. Josh Morrissey off the boards now in front for Hagel, who can't get to that puck in time. Down low now, Radko Gudas battling for it with Suzuki. Right side now, Palat. Andre Palat will clear to center. Puck slides all the way back in to the Canada zone. Now David Kampf will clear that one around then behind the net. Morrissey back down low for Parayko. Parayko up top. Kempny fires it on, blocked. Yeah, I'm too young for the Leclerc era. That was like 10 years before I was born. I'm only 18 years old. Here's Dostal back down low then for Gudas. Kempny off the boards will cross ice pass it up to center. Racing for it with speed was Tomasek, stolen back then by McDavid, who will backhand that one down low into the Czechia zone. Off the boards now, down low in the corner, Marner. Try to throw a centering pass there. Now Wilson down low to Celebrini. Celebrini back to McDavid. McDavid in front. Wilson a shot. And that one is blocked. Here come the Czechs the other way. Banked off the boards now down low. Tomasek battling for it with Theodore. Thomas Harley. Back ahead then for Celebrini. Celebrini to McDavid. McDavid fires it. Save by Dostal. Connor McDavid. Chips it around now behind the net. Now Reinhardt battling for it. Off the boards now Sedlak. Here to center. Coming in with speed then is Sinansky. Now back over then for Dominik Kubalik. Intercepted. Play back up top. Seamak fires it on. Blocked in front through all the traffic. Now back to the point now. Seamak another chance. Denied by Bennington. Rebound there. Stopped as well. Shots 12-12 here through about 3 minutes of play in this second period. Legion of Doom. Yeah, the Legion of Doom was incredible. Here's Seamak now throwing it back around behind the net. Cleared all the way back to center. Puck will slide into the Canada zone. And that'll be an icing. Shots 13-12 in favor of Czechia. Thank you, Abe. I appreciate it. I do what I can. Face-off coming up here now in the Czechia zone. Marner battling for it now with Natchez. Played back by Stone off the boards, and a whistle is blown dead here. And I think a penalty's coming up. Referee is talking to Sidney Crosby here. I think we're going to see a penalty. John Cooper looks confused, wearing his Canada tie. And I'll correct myself. No penalty on the play. I thought it was. They blew the play dead on Canada. Here's Pastrnak to center. Natchez now with it. Must have been an offsides. Pastrnak. Back to Natchez up top. Natchez down low to Pasta. Pastrnak up top. Kepney to Gudis. Gudis' shot. Save. Rebound in front. Pastrnak shoots it. Saved by Bennington. That somehow stays out. Team Canada leading 1-0, Jace. Hurdle now battling for it on the right side. Canada gets it back. Mark Stone through the zone. Down low now battling for it was the likes of Radko Gudis. Cleared around to the right side. Hurdle trying to poke check it ahead. Crosby back to McCarr. Puck will slide all the way back to center. Racing forward with speed is Gudis. Trying to poke check that one ahead. Pastrnak gets it back. Try to throw a centering pass. Played ahead then for Nathan McKinnon off the boards for Suzuki. Nick Suzuki back to McKinnon. McKinnon cross-ice pass then to Hagel, who can't get a shot on. Now Suzuki up top to Theodore. Theodore to Suzuki. Drop back. Parayko, a shot blocked. It was Celebrini, Jace. Here's Theodore, a shot saved by Dostal. Puck goes up and out of play. Shots are 16-13 in favor of the Czechs. And Czechia already with a couple of offensive zone chances here. A lot of physicality tonight. You're seeing guys like Sam Bennett get into here. You're seeing Tom Wilson. We know the Czechs are famous for playing a little bit on the edge. Face off again now in the Czech zone. It's won by Canada. Theodore up top to Parayko. Fires it on. It goes wide of Dostal. Now played up top. Theodore another chance. Saved by Dostal. Back down low into the corner. David Kampf. Off the boards then. Wilson trying to keep it in the zone. Stolen back then. And back to center. Parayko will clear that one down low. Wilson. Back over then. Kampf. Pass in front. Celebrini. Saved by Dostal. with the last little pad. And Macklin Celebrini nearly had two. Here's McDavid in front up top. Shot there from Harley. Saved by Dostal. Kept in the zone. Theodore to Harley. Harley to Celebrini. Celebrini down low then for Sam Reinhart. Reinhart feeds it up top. Bennett to Doughty. A shot. Goes back down low into the corner. Puck chipped off the boards to center. At the point, Harley fires it on. Blocked. Battling for it then is Kase. He'll clear it out to center. Marchand. Right side into the zone. Stolen back by Hronek, who will dump it down low. Racing for it with speed was Doughty. Cleared all the way out to center by Marchand. Now David Spacek will hold that puck for Czechia. Banked off the boards back to center. Cervanica goes offsides. Play is blown dead. And we'll get a face-off here in the neutral zone. Shot 16-14 here in this second period. Canada still with that 1-0 lead. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new to the channel. Do these commentary streams every single week for all 32 teams. Down low here now in the Czech zone. Marner battling for it now. Cleared back up top. Behind the net then Spacek battling for with Mark Stone. Play down low then to Marner. Marner off the boards for Crosby. Crosby up top. Tays to Makar. Makar fires it on. Saved by Dostal. Crosby. Right side to center. Devon Tays back to Makar. Played up ahead. Crosby tried to throw a centering pass there for Marner. Marner gets it back. Moves it in front. Can't get the shot. He scores! Mitch Marner! With a diving Bobby Orr goal. I couldn't even tell from this play. I didn't even know where the puck was. And Canada leads 2-0. Oh, not a great call there from me, but I'm not sure who got that in. It might have been Stone, actually. No, it was Marner. Oh, they're saying Stone. What the hell? Nice little play there by Crosby back to Marner. Marner came in. And a backdoor pass to Stone. Nice little saucer play there. Wow. And Mark Stone up and over. Assisted by Mitch Marner. And Sidney Crosby. Sorry for my poor call there, guys. Couldn't tell what was going on. Puck goes up and out of play. And it is a 2-0 lead for Canada. Mark Stone with his first of the tournament. And Mitch Marner showing the pure creativity that we know he has. And it is now 2-0 Canada. That is Mark Stone's 10th goal on a commentary stream. And we will head to commercial break. 2-0 Canada. Here in the second period of the Olympic Games. The Vegas Golden Knights connection. Yeah, that's right. You're right. I wasn't even thinking about that. The Vegas connection. All right. Showing off Sidney Crosby and Macklin Celebrini here on the screen. You got the past and you got the future. Face off here now outside of the Czechia zone. It's Faxa now versus McKinnon. Face off here now, won by the Czechs. Played back down low now. It's Gudas behind the net. Radko Gudas off the boards. Back over Tomasek. Kempny. Back over to Faxa. Tried to get that one away. Stolen back by Canada down low. Cleared all the way to center. Trying to poke check that one ahead then was Suzuki. Czechs will chip that one down low into the Canada end and regroup. Shea Theodore off the boards, back over to McKinnon. McKinnon over ahead then for Hagel. McKinnon back down low. Suzuki up top. Takes a shot. And that one goes wide. Another chance for McCarr down low. Back around behind the net. Fed back up top. David Pastrnak. Back over then for Natchez. Natchez through the zone. Drops it back. Stolen back by Suzuki to center. 2-on-1 for Canada. McDavid with Hagel. McDavid to Hagel. Back to McDavid. Save. Rebound in front. Back down low to the corner. Played back up top. Hagel will fire it on. It goes up. And out of play. Canada has caught up to Czechia. Oh, not 81. No. Canada has caught up to Czechia in the shooting department. Two great opportunities there for Connor McDavid, who was robbed by Dostal with the pad. Dostal going to get his pads fixed here quickly. Shot 17-16. Tried to guess it myself. Face off here in the Czechia zone. And it's won by the Czechs. Yeah, big save by Dostal. 4-on-3 the other way. Kasse down low behind the net now. Trying to play that one. Celebrini battling for it with Andre Palat, who was traded to the New York Islanders, playing against now his current teammate in Bo Horvat. Philip Hronek dumps that one down low. Kept in the zone by David Kampf. Now down low, Andre Kasse. Fed back to the point. Shot up top by Kempny. Puck slides just wide of Bennington. Czech still looking for their first goal of the game. And Wilson with a big hit there on Philip Hronek. Whistle is blown. I don't think it's a penalty. They just blew the play dead because of a hand pass or something like that. Because Wilson's on the bench. And yeah, Tom Wilson, that's why they signed him, to be a physical presence. And obviously he's had a great season as well with the Capitals. Here's Marchand now dumping it down low into the Czechia zone, now in the corner. Reinhart up top, Parayko fires it on, it goes up. And wide, I think Dostal got a chance and a piece on that puck. Marchand behind the net, pass to center, Reinhart. Up top, Parayko. Parayko slides it down low to Reinhart. Reinhart, up top, Theodore, a shot into the chest of Dostal. Now Marchand getting into it with Rutta and some pushing and shoving. And some things never change. Greatly physical game here tonight. Very even game as well in terms of the shooting department and the overall opportunities. Yeah, Dostal is amazing. For Anaheim, he's going to be pretty good. I don't really blame him for this 2-0 deficit. One of those goals was a tip in front. The other was just a nice saucer pass back door, honestly. Mark Stone, 13 shifts tonight already. He is a phenomenal playoff performer. Face-off won by Canada down low. Bennett clears it around for Marchand. Marchand below the goal line. Trying to feed a centering pass. Now Radek Faxa. Off the boards for Spacek. Right side then to center. Hronek will chip that one down low. Bennington out of his net to play that puck. Stays in play. Tays off the boards then for Reinhart, trying to get it to center. It's kept into the blue line by Hronek, who fires it on Bennington. He'll make the save. Now Cale Makar. Makar back to Tays. We have now crossed over the halfway mark of the game and halfway mark of the period. Crosby back to Stone. Stone to Crosby. Cleared back down low now behind the net. Down low, Harley. Back over for Crosby. Nate is up to Marner. Crosby to Stone. Mark Stone. Cross ice pass then to Marner, who can't get the shot on. Now Pastrnak steals it back for the Czechs. Pasta to Natchez. Natchez back to Pasta. Pasta being tied up there by 3 Canadians. And they can't get a shot on. Crosby thrown to center. Back up then for Doughty, who will dump that one down low. Shots are dead even here in this middle frame. Marty Natchez. Drop back up top. Backhand on net there by Kebney goes wide. Now thrown up top. Shot there from Jan Rutta. It's in front of traffic. I had no idea where that puck was. Natchez. Back up top. Rutta, a shot blocked. Now Theodore down low. Back to McKinnon. Cleared back up to the point. Shot by Natchez. It's denied. Now Theodore. Thrown back up ahead then for McKinnon. McKinnon to Suzuki. Suzuki, a backhand in front. Goes back down low. Taken back then by the Czechs. Palat. Over then for Jan Rutta. Rutta will dump that one down low into the Canada zone. Now Jordan Bennington will throw a huge backhand to center. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid comes in, fires it, saved by Dostal. Through center now, Tomasek. Pass ahead then, intercepted by Canada. They will dump it all the way back into the Czechia zone. That's an icing against Team Canada. Shots 19-18 here in this second period. It is a 2-0 lead for Canada. And again, you're noticing not a lot of whistles here, just constant back and forth action. Face off now in the Canada zone. They will not stop play due to an icing. McDavid 4 shots on goal already. Here he comes again. Through his legs, in on Dostal, who makes the save. And Connor McDavid, the best player in the National Hockey League, what I would argue, the best player in this tournament. 5 shots tonight. And Canada with a 2-0 lead. Thank you all for tuning in as well. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new down below. Just crossed over the 3,000 view mark on this commentary. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Stretching. Some of the women's United States team here today. Watching this game, watching the United States game as well. Taking a look at the bracket here. Women's games are obviously going on. You look at the quarterfinals. Czechia plays Sweden. United States plays Italy. Canada plays Germany. Finland will take on Switzerland. Obviously, it's a race for gold. If you get to the semifinals, you're basically guaranteed to be playing for a Gold medal. Cleared back down low then into the Canada zone. Now Thomas Harley off the boards, trying to throw it past the center. Now Dostal will chip that one around behind the net, back to Celebrini. Kepney battling forward now with Wilson. Celebrini now in his pads. Played back then, Connor McDavid, stolen back then by the Czechs. Stefanski will try and dump that one down low into the Canada end. Now Doughty. Cleared around back to center. Puck will slide into the Czechia end. Wilson's down there. Big hit. Down low on Radko Gudas. Former teammates there in Washington. Reinhart. Pass in front there for Bennett as that Florida connection's out there on the ice. Down low, Marchand to Bennett. Stolen back then by the Czechs. Stefanski. Pass up to Hurdle. Hurdle with speed. Pass to center. Nobody is there. Marchand gets it back now for Canada. And the Czechs will intercept that pass. Marty Necas now behind the net. Necas. Down low now below the goal line. Pass up top. Shot. Save. Rebound in front there for Pastrnak, who can't tuck it. Taken back then by Canada, who will clear all the way back into the Czechia zone for another icing. 6.5 minutes to go in this second period. Hungry. It's almost noon here in the United States. Eastern time, it is almost noon. Face-off now. Coming in the Canada zone, it's Bennett versus Kampf. Face-off won by the Czechs. Palat to center. Jabbing at that puck now. Reinhart will clear it off the boards all the way back into the Czechia zone for an icing. Look at the two goaltenders here. Jordan Binnington with 18 saves on 18 shots. Lucas Dostal, 17 saves on 19 shots. Face-off won by the Czechs. Hronek a shot, saved by Binnington. Rebound, jabbing at that puck in front. And Binnington will keep it out. Jordan Binnington now 21 saves. Shots were off a little bit there. I apologize. All right. Face-off coming up here again in the Canada end. Shot from up top. Kasse is gloved by Binnington. The question was heading into this tournament, even though Jordan Binnington was not that great, there was a question of who would be Canada's goaltender. And obviously, Jordan Binnington has gotten the nod here. He won them the Four Nations last year. He deserved to play in this inaugural game, and so far, he's played very well. Crosby now back to center. Hronek off the boards, down low. Now Makar will throw it ahead. Andre Kasse will dump it back into the Canada end. Less than 6 minutes to go in the second period. Shea Theodore carries it now through center. Will dump it into the Czech zone. Now Marner battling forward with Crosby. Played ahead then now as the Czechs will bring it through. Now Doughty cleared back to center. Czechs were offsides. They will have to wait. Doughty back and cleared into the Czechia zone. Now Dostal plays it with his stick. Back down low for Sedlak. Sedlak over then for Jan Rutta. Back on the right side. Banked off the boards there. Back into the Canada zone. And then cleared back into the Czechia zone, but that'll be an icing. A lot of back and forth. Take a look at all the Canadian goaltenders. They were Stanley Cup winners at least one point in their career. Jordan Binnington, Stanley Cup in St. Louis. Darcy Kemper won a cup in Colorado. And Logan Thompson won a cup in Vegas. Only Jordan Bennington still in the team he won the Cup with. Thompson's been on the Capitals since, and Kemper's been on 2 teams since he won a Stanley Cup. Brandon Hagel back down low then. Doughty back to Hagel. Cross ice then for Harley. Banked off the boards all the way back into the Czechia zone. Yeah, it's a pretty good game so far. McKinnon. Up top, Theodore. Theodore to Parayko. Banked around then now behind the net. McKinnon stolen back then quickly by Svashek, who will dump that one into the Canada zone. That'll be an icing against the Czechs. 4:40 left to go. Face off in the Czech zone. It's cleared out to center. Theodore back to Parayko. Parayko off the boards and chipped back down low into the Team Czechia end. Spacek. Cross ice to Pastrnak, who can't complete the pass. Now down low off the boards. Back in on Dostal, who makes the save. McDavid running into Spacek there. And we will head to commercial break. Time winding down here in this second period. 2-0 Canada. Thank you all again for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are about 30 subscribers away from 4,500. My goal is to get to 5K by June. And we've made a lot of progress here this month. I'm really happy with what we've been able to do. I appreciate all your guys' continued support. It really means a lot. Whew. Later on today, Germany and Denmark as well. Last time these two teams played each other was in the bronze medal game back in 2018. Showing off the 1998 Olympic semifinal game where the Czech Republic defeated Canada 2-1 in a shootout. That was the 1998 semifinal. Czechia done a good job at defeating Canada nationally, especially recently, beating them 3 of the last 3 years in the World Junior Championships, whether it's the quarterfinals or the semifinals. I always love to say it's very hard to beat a team twice. Down low now, Canada trying to move that puck. Hagel to center, saved by Dostal, cleared back down low to the corner. Now David Kampf. Down low back for Radko Gudas. Gudas across ice pass then. And puck slides all the way back into the Canada zone for an icing. Face off now in the Czechia zone, down low behind the net. Czechs will break it through center. It's Andre Palat. He's got some room. Palat circles around. Cross ice pass up top. Coming in then a shot. Just wide of Bennington there, and a great chance for David Kampf. Palat up top to Gudas. Gudas will fire that one wide. Back out to center. Tom Wilson. Down the right side, back to McDavid. McDavid loses the puck. Kept in the zone. Makar. Puck is chipped to center. Backhanded down low. Shots 22-20 in favor of Czechia. Here's Marty Necas trying to play that one ahead. Now down low, Harley being jabbed at by Necas. Back to Doughty. Czechs are getting physical here. There was a call they were upset about. 3-on-2. Harley dumps it down low. Behind the net then, back over for Marchand. Marchand fighting with Necas. Behind the net then, Reinhardt pass in front. Goes back up then for Necas. 2-on-2 the other way. Cleared down low now into the zone. Behind the net, grabbing it as Harley. Off the boards to Marchand. Marchand ahead then for Horvat. Horvat comes in all alone. Backhand. He scores! Bo Horvat! What a play and what a goal. It's 3-0 Canada. Bo Horvat skates through the D, comes in through center, and a backhand through the 5-hole of Lucas Dostal. And the Canadians have taken a 3-0 lead here in the latter stages of the second period. It starts off from Marchand, pass to Horvat, dekes through the defenders, gets in there through the backhand, and Bo Horvat, who was at a phenomenal season for the New York Islanders, continues it here in national play. 3-0. Assist on that goal, Brad Marchand and Thomas Harley. Face-off now won by Canada. They will dump it back down low to the Czech zone. Now Spacek around the right side. Stone to Marner. Played up top to Crosby, who can't keep that one in. Now Shea Theodore. Trying to dump that one down low. Sorry about that. 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Canada with a 3-0 lead. Kempny back over for Pastrnak, thrown back to center. Parayko back to Theodore. Theodore off the boards, backhanded down low into the Czechia zone. Now Faxa back over them for Spacek. Down low. Here come the Czechs through center. In the corner now, battling for it is Stavansky. 1:30 left. Makar battling for it now with Palat. Right side, Radko Gudas joining the rush. We'll clear that one around now into the corner. Faxa down low. Held up there by Devon Tays. Now Suzuki battling for it as well. Down low now behind the net. Hagel. Centering pass then, stolen back. And here comes Cale Makar. Makar, Hagel, back up top, a shot, gloved by Dostal. As we head into the final minute of play in the second period. What a game we got here tonight. It's been very, very even as well. Even though the goals are 3-0 Canada, the shots have been pretty much the same. Both teams getting chances. It's just that Czechia cannot beat Jordan Binnington. Last minute of play here in the second period. Put Veggie in net. He's not even dressed. Face off down low now in the Czechia zone. It's cleared by the Czechs all the way back into the Canada end. 50 seconds to go. Doughty. Cross ice pass all the way up then for Wilson. Puck will slide in on Dostal. Down low now, Celebrini pass in front. Couldn't get it there in time. Now Kampf battling for it down low with Wilson. Back to Celebrini. Now Connor McDavid. Back to Celebrini. Will put that one down low. McDavid to the front. Tried to get a shot on there. Was broken away. Now Celebrini in the corner. 25 seconds to go. McDavid behind the net. Pass in front. And a chance there for Wilson goes wide. Kept in by Harley. Harley. Cross ice pass comes out of the zone with 10 seconds to go. Doughty will go back into the Canada's zone. Time will tick down. One last chance for McDavid with Celebrini. Tried getting it there. And the final buzzer goes. And that'll do it through 40 minutes of play. 2 periods done. 2 goals in that period. Mark Stone and Bo Horvat make it a 3-0 lead for Team Canada here in the first game of the Olympic contest for both these two teams. And that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack, go get a drink, do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the third period momentarily. That being said, guys, I am going to go use the bathroom really quick. I will be right back. Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to go use the bathroom really quick. Great game so far here tonight between these two teams. Shots are even again, 23-22 in favor of Canada through 40 minutes of play. 2 goals in that second period. They came from Bo Horvat and Mark Stone. And again, you have 6 different Canada players here with points tonight. No multi-point games yet. But a really good period regardless of that for Team Canada. Czechs are getting their chances. They just can't find a way to beat Jordan Binnington. I also will say this. I feel like Canada's doing a good job at keeping the middle of keeping the slot empty and not allowing a lot of like Czechia opportunities or anything like that. It's been a really good period from Canada for that perspective. They've done a good job holding up the defensive side of things. And overall, I'm impressed. All right. Great period regardless. Thank you all for sticking around on my commentary stream. I know there's a lot of other commentaries going on tonight, but I appreciate you guys choosing mine here tonight. Updating the all-time score sheet. All right, just updating the all-time score sheet quickly, guys. Thank you all for being here and your continued support. Greatly appreciate it. All right, so second intermission here, third period. We'll start up in a couple of minutes. Thank you all for tuning in as always. Subscribe down below if you're new. Really good second period there from both sides. I thought both teams had a very well-matched period. And honestly, I really didn't expect anything less. I'm not going to lie. Off topic, what am I studying? I'm studying communications in college, trying to be a sports broadcaster. My podcast, so I have two of them. We got the Nordcast and the Nord and Block podcast. Those two podcasts are on the Nordcast network. If you go to the I believe the I don't even know if I have it actually. If you go to podcasts, you will see all the episodes there. But there is a new channel. If you search up Nordcast Network on your YouTube feed, you will find our podcast channel. We have two of them. So you can go check those out. I would greatly appreciate that, of course. All right, almost done, guys. All right, perfect. All right, now we just await for the start of the third period, so stick around, guys. Thank you all for your support. I greatly appreciate it. As always. We'll be live later today for Czechia, or not Czechia. Why am I blanking? We'll be live later today for United States and Latvia. So stay tuned for that. That is the later slate of commentaries here on the channel. But really good period there from Canada. You see, like, again, they got the speed. They got the physicality there. Tom Wilson was really physical in that period. He made a couple heavy hits. Czechia is trying. Like, you can see the effort is there. But, again, as I said, Canada is doing a really good job at keeping most of everything to the outside and not really giving Czechia the opportunities that they need to be able to get the goals. But I think regardless of that, it's still been a great period. Both teams have played well despite the score. Obviously, some of you guys may not be entirely too confident seeing what the score is, but honestly, I really do believe that both teams have played well. Yeah, Horvat on the team. Horvat's been good this season. I think people kind of forget that. Horvat's had a great season with the Islanders. Whenever we're commentating New York, it always feels like he's scoring. He has 7 goals in live commentary streams. He is phenomenal. It's a lot of fun to watch, for sure. All right, just updating this here really quick, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, everything is all good and ready to go. We are all good to go. They're previewing United States and Latvia. We'll be live for that game later on tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you are new. That Latvia game's on at 3 o'clock. This game will be done by probably 1:30. So we'll have about a little less than 2 hours in between. I'll make some YouTube videos to post onto the channel. Then we'll be live for United States. And Latvia. 6 different Canadian players here tonight with points. 9 different Canadian players here tonight with points. No multi-point games so far, but I expect a third period push here for Team Czechia. Take a look at these 2 goaltender stats when they play in live commentary streams. You start off with a guy like Lucas Dostal, who's been very good in live commentaries. He has 4 commentaries that he's been in. He has a 2-2 record, a 1.75 goals against average, and a .92 save percentage in commentary streams. That number probably will go down, obviously. And then Jordan Bennington has played in plenty of live commentaries, but his numbers are very underwhelming in commentaries. He's played 10 streams. He's 5-5 with a 2.7 goals against and 873 save percentage. He's had some not pretty games in there for sure, but he's been perfect so far through 40 minutes of play, and we will see if that narrative continues here on into period number 3. Third period should be coming up very soon. Thank you all for tuning in. Stick around for the third. Throat hurts already. I got to get some food in me. I'm hungry. Didn't have time to eat this morning. I should have got up earlier, but I was slow to get up. All right. Looks like that arena nice and ready. We heard a lot of criticism about that arena and how it was constructed and how long it took, but it's actually been a very good arena. I like the quality of it. I think it looks a lot better than what we said. It just took them longer than expected to build the thing. But that's why we shouldn't judge these people. So Looks like we got news here for Josh Morrissey. Morrissey is out for the game. He will not return for the third period for Team Canada. He is injured. So sucks to hear that there about Josh Morrissey. We just crossed over the 4,000 view mark for this commentary. Thank you all very much for your continued support as always. Third period will be starting up here in just a moment. We are getting there. Can't believe the Four Nations was a year ago. Feels kind of wild to say that. It was that long ago. A year ago, tomorrow was when the United States took on Finland, and they won that game 6-1. It's a pretty great performance from them. Back then, we were barely averaging 300 views on commentaries. Now we're crossing over nearly 4,000, 5,000 views almost every stream. It's crazy what we've been able to do. Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between Team Czechia and Team Canada. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Bo Horvat and Mark Stone. Nose is itchy right here. As Canada with a commanding 3-0 lead over the Czechs. You look at the stats through 40. Shots are 23-22 in favor of Team Canada. 9 different players have scored a point tonight for Canada. None for Team Czechia. And again, as I said, I think both teams have played very well. Canada has just been the one that's been able to find the back of the net for the most part. But regardless, still a great game from both sides. And I expect nothing less here heading into this third period coming up in just a matter of seconds. Face-off here now is underway. Crosby wins the draw back into the Canada zone. Now Devon Tays behind the net then will play that one ahead back to center. Czechs will regroup here in their own end. Filip Hronek played back to center. Mark Stone thrown ahead then. Mitch Marner racing for it now, battling for it here in the corner. Played off the boards then. Now Hronek will attempt to clear. Can't get it out. Down low below the goal line. Pastrnak. Cross ice to Palat. Palat back to Hurdle, who will clear that one into the Canada zone. Now Cale Makar. Cross ice to Crosby. Crosby to Stone. Back down low then. Below the goal line, up to center. Now Parayko brings it back in. Drop back to McKinnon, a shot. And it goes wide of Dostal. Down low now, Martin H. is back to Kampf. Kampf to Kubalik. Kubalik then down low, taken back then by the Canadians. Battling forward on the left side. Parayko trying to jab that one free down low. Colton Parayko now behind the net. Will backhand it to center. Stolen back then by Gudas, who's hit at center by McKinnon. Now another chance there for Natchez is blocked. Nathan McKinnon been very physical tonight. Gudas to Kempny. Kempny will fire it on. It goes wide. Kept in the zone, though, by the Czechs. Down low now, Parayko. Off the boards for Celebrini. Celebrini 1-on-2 through his legs. Will dump that one into the Czechia zone. Shots are 23-23 here in Milan. Puck slides in on Dostal. He will make the save. Canada defense, no goals allowed since the first period of the 2014 Olympic quarterfinals with NHL players. They have yet to allow a goal here tonight. Plenty of chances, rest assured, for the Czechs to get one, but they have not been able to get one past Jordan Binnington just yet. Just a great game overall. Face-off here now in the Czechia zone. Down low now, Celebrini. Back over then, McDavid. McDavid up top. Harley a shot save. Rebound was there. And jabbed away and picked back up then by the Czechs. Here they come through center. Broken up then by McDavid. McDavid to Celebrini. Celebrini tried to deke that one in. Now McDavid plays it back down low then for Harley. Thomas Harley now regroups in his own end. Harley carrying it through center. Pass ahead then, back down low into the Czechia zone. Cleared around then by Gudis. Out to center. Sam Bennett. Bennett, backhand there is blocked. Played back then by Cale Makar. Cale Makar will regroup now in the Canada zone. Cross ice pass to center. Slides into the Czechia end. Now behind the net, Seamek. Up then for Tomasek, who's knocked down to the ground. Binnington out of his own net to play it. Tays. Right side. Marchand hit off the puck. Now Stefanski back down low then for Kepney. As Michael Kepney up then for Pastrnak. Pastrnak to Gudis. Gudis, a cross ice pass tipped into the zone. Canada trying to take that one back. Hurdle on the right side. Thrown back to center. Racing for it then Crosby. Battling for it with Gudis. Kepney. Fighting for it down low now. Crosby trying to get to that one as well. Sidney Crosby chips it around then up top. Taken back then by Pastrnak to Palat. 3-on-2. Palat to Hurdle a shot. It goes off of Binnington back down low behind the net. Crosby will backhand this one to center. Now regrouping down low here now in the Czechia zone is Thomas Kunradek. Natchez to Kampf. Kampf below the goal line. David Kampf gets knocked off the puck. Now Hagel thrown to center. Doughty ahead then for Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon to center. Backhand denied by Dostal, who keeps it out. Lucas Dostal, despite allowing 3 goals tonight, has 22 saves, has played well. And again, everybody's highlighting Jordan Binnington, who has made some big saves tonight, has kept this game at 0 for the Czechs, who can't find a way to beat them. Jordan Binnington been a phenomenal playoff performer, especially in the Olympics and international play. Face-off won by Canada. Down low now, Celebrini, a backhand into the corner for McDavid. McDavid below the goal line. Try to throw a pass to center. Stolen back then by Natchez. Marty Natchez now will move it through center. Natchez into the zone. A backhand saved by Binnington. Down low, here comes McDavid. Connor McDavid will chip that one into the Czechia zone. Now on the right side, McDavid down low. Fires it on. Save again by Dostal. Down low now, here's Filip Hronek. Hronek back to Sedlak. Intercepted at the line then. Now Reinhardt, and a whistle is blown. Here for a high stick. So we'll get another face-off here outside of the Canada zone. Shots 26-24. John Cooper, not a fan of that call. As justified. Face-off now in the Canada zone, won by the Czechs. Spacek shoots it. Saved by Binnington. Cleared all the way to center. Andre Casse. Dump back all the way into the Canada end. Now off for Horvat on the right side. Will backhand it to center. Racing forward with speed is Reinhardt, taken back then by David Spacek. Thrown to center. Andre Kasse through the zone. Thanks, Sid. I appreciate it. Marchand. Behind the net then to Taze. Back to Makar. Shots 26-25 here in period number 3. Nearly 6 minutes gone. Cale Makar. Thrown through center. It's chipped into the Czechia end. Now Dostal out of his net. Back over for Crosby on the right side. Puck is flicked up in the air. Czechia moves it through center. Pastrnak dumps it down low. Bennington will throw it ahead then. Back over for Crosby. Back over then for Stone. Stone to Marner. Marner slides it around then behind the net. Played back to Stone. Stone passed down low. Can't convert now. Crosby below the goal line. Crosby in front. And they can't connect. 14 minutes to go here in the third period. Shots 26-25 in favor of Canada. And a 3-0 lead for the Red Leaf. Suzuki back to McKinnon. McKinnon through center will dump it down low. It's played to the line there by the Czechs. Hronek trying to clear. Battling for it down low in the corner. Hurdle back then for Brandon Hagel. Hagel held against the boards. Czechia will clear to center. Now Thomas Harley will regroup. Suzuki to Hagel. 2-on-1. McKinnon. Puck is chipped down low into the corner. Now McKinnon thrown around then behind the net by Brandon Hagel. Now Suzuki sends it up top. Doughty back to Pastrnak. Kept in by Canada. Hagel down low. Suzuki. Pass in front is blocked. Czechs get it back. Here's Pastrnak. 2-on-2 with Semek. Pastrnak coming in. Dekes around. Moves to center. Pass over. Can't convert. And it didn't get there. A nice move there by Pastrnak. Now behind the net, Thomas Harley. Holds it for Canada. 8 minutes gone in this third period. Banked off the boards to center. Here's McDavid. McDavid back around behind the net, trying to throw a pass to Celebrini in front. We got a penalty coming up here against the Czechs. And another Canada power play coming up here in the third period. We'll have the commercial break. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like the stream. Subscribe down below. We do these commentary streams every single week for all 32 NHL teams and then some. We are less than 30 subscribers away from 4,500. So if you guys could subscribe down below, I would greatly appreciate it. Dominic Kubalik will go to the box. And Canada power play coming up. All right. Take a look at the preliminary round standings here. This is Group A opening up today. Switzerland with a big win over France, 4-0. Canada looking to get into the win column as well. Group C will open up later today. No games played there. Face-off will come in the Czechia zone. It's a Team Canada power play. We'll see what this Canada PP can put to work in. Face-off won by Makar. Makar to McDavid. Down low, Crosby. Crosby to McDavid. McDavid pass over, they score! Nathan McKinnon with the easy backdoor pass. A power play goal, 4-0 Canada. And there you go. That should put the game away. Nice passing moves there by McDavid. A pass ice to McKinnon. Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby now with multi-point performances here tonight. And it is 4-0 in favor of Team Canada. Nathan McKinnon scoring his Watch with Nordic all-time leading 13th goal in a commentary stream. He now leads all Watch with Nordic players ever with 13 goals in commentary streams. Face off at center now is chipped back down low into the Czechia end. Kept in the zone. Harley intercepted then. Radek Faksa now through center. Faksa to Stavensky. Down low then now Horvat trying to play that one away. Down low in the corner. Pass in front for Faksa. Can't get a shot on. Thrown back to the point. Spacek up top. Chance there for Jan Rutta. Bennington is down as he was knocked down there by Faksa. Puck is cleared down the other way. Here's Marchand a chance. Fires it. Saved by Dostal. He gets knocked down low there. Now Horvat. Up top. Cross ice to Makar. Makar comes in. Shoots it. Save again by Dostal. Canada now getting a lot more opportunity here yet again. Makar. Thrown back up top. Shot from Crosby. Denied by Dostal. Shots 29-25 with 11:19 to go. Or sorry, 30-25. Canada now has 30 shots. $4-0 lead for Team Canada. Connor McDavid now 35 points in live commentary streams. Face-off. Won by the Czechs on the right side. Palat. Through to center. Canada gets it back. Crosby. Up to Mark Stone. Stone through his legs. Gets tied up then. Kept into the point by Parayko. Parayko down low for Stone. Stone to Crosby. Intercepted then by the Czechs. Now Hurdle to Pasternak. Pasternak will fire it down low. Crosby will clear to center. Racing forward with speed is Marner. Hronek off the boards for Hurdle. Hurdle to Pasternak. Pasternak trying to chip that one down low. Stolen back then by Canada. Off the boards to center. Hagel to McKinnon. McKinnon comes in. Pass in front. And that one is broken up back to center. Dominic Kubalik with speed. Kubalik fires it. Blocked by Makar as he takes one to the hand. Cale Makar, back up then for McKinnon. McKinnon will backhand it down low. We are now approaching the halfway mark of this third period. Martin H is now trying to wreck that one through center. He'll get it there. Deking into the zone, off the boards, back to center. Now Michael Kempney picking it back up down low. Will feed it around for David Kampf on the right side. Back up ahead then for Cherbanka. Now down low. Harley trying to play that puck around. Cleared all the way back into the Czechia zone. No icing. 9.5 minutes to go. Shots 30-25. Celebrini back to Crosby. Crosby down low. Czechia trying to move that one around. Crosby. Back to Wilson. A shot. Saved by Dostal. Puck goes up and out of play. A backdoor pass and a goal for Nathan McKinnon makes it 4-0 Canada here in the Olympic Games in Milano Cortina. Oh my gosh. Yeah, should be it. This should be it. Canada should get on to the win here. Hopefully, we'll see. We shall see. Still a lot of time. Am I doing the USA Latvia? Yes, we are. We will be doing USA Latvia. All right. Face off coming up here now in the Czechia zone, showing off David Pastrnak. Top player for the Boston Bruins, held scoreless tonight. It'll be Horvat taking the draw against Radek Faksa. Face-off is won by Spacek, who will clear it to center. Starvansky will feed it ahead then. Now Faksa, one-on-one with Horvat. Faksa looks, feeds it up top, a shot, saved by Binnington. Try to throw a pass to center then. Reinhard back then for Horvat down low. Faksa down low. Back into the corner then. Theodore battling for it. Cleared off the boards up top. At the left point now, Spacek comes in. Fires it on Binnington. He makes the save again. Marchand. Cross ice for Horvat, who was tied up. Spacek back up Pastrnak. Cross ice to Hurdle, who can't convert. Hurdle playing against some of his teammates here in Stone and Marner and Theodore. Here's Seamek now down low behind the net. Took out the ref. Up top, Hronek waits, fires it, goes up in the air and out of play. .8:17 left in the third period. Shots 31-26. Face off in the Canada end, won by Bennett. Try to flick it to center, kept in by the Czechs. Bennett steals it right back. Here he comes, one-on-one. Bennett into the zone with Crosby. Fires it, gloved by Dostal yet again. And Lucas Dostal, 28 saves. And Dostal's looked good despite the amount of goals he's allowed. Got to be satisfied with that if you are the Czechia coach. You are playing the best hockey country in the world. Russia needs to play, yeah. Here's Gudas now below the goal line. Cross ice to center. Crosby takes it back. Crosby, pass up. Puck slides just wide of Dostal. Now Stone. Down low, Crosby battling for it on the right side. Makar feeds it up top, or at least he tries to. Thank you. Yeah, it's a nice little Screaming Cat jersey. Screaming Panther. Oh, you got the ninth. Nice. Yeah, Kachuk. That'd be a great jersey. Mine's blank. Down low behind the net now, Cale Makar with 7.5 minutes to go. Will cycle this one through center. Now McKinnon. Pass in front. And a chance for Hagel goes wide. Doughty cross ice. Taken back then by the Czechs to center. Yeah, probably will be the U.S. and Canada, which will be a great gold medal game. Hagel. Down low then, McKinnon fires it. Pass there goes wide. Now Harley up top. Cleared around now behind the net. Back over then for Doughty. Down low, fed back up top. Connor McDavid. In front, they score. Nick Suzuki gets the rebound in front. And make that 5-0 Canada with 6:38 to go. Shots 35-26. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. I'm trying my best. Trying my best. That'll be Nick Suzuki from Connor McDavid and Thomas Harley. 3-assist game from McDavid. And are we really that surprised? I know I'm not surprised. And Suzuki just sneaks that one in there. Thomas Harley also another assist too. He's got a multi-point game. 2 assists for Harley, 3 assists for McDavid. Captain of Montreal, Suzuki as well. Face-off at center, won by Doughty. Off the boards, back into the Czechia zone. Hronek cleared around now all the way back into the Canada zone for a Czechia icing. And yeah, this game is pretty much done. Shouldn't shock anyone by saying that. In about 2 hours, we'll be live for the United States and Latvia. Face off now in the Czech end. Won by Canada. Theodore up top. Pass back Parayko. Down low Celebrini. Back to McDavid, who has a 3-point game tonight. Or today. Tonight there in Milan. Wilson throws a pass in front. Can't convert. Now Celebrini trying to take it back. Kept into the line. Stolen back then by the Czechs. Natchez through center. Cross ice then. Stravinsky will try and dump that one down low. Tomasek battling for it on the right side. Thrown to center now. Kempney battling for it. Hey, Rick! $5 donation. Thank you. Yeah, we'll end this stream and then we will start up USA and Latvia in about 2 hours or so when this is done. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. It's never expected for you guys to donate me money, but I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Or thank you, Rick, so much. Down low now in the corner. Czechia will try to clear. Kept in by Makar. Fires it wide. Now Bennett. Back around then behind the net to Horvat. Horvat up top. Makar. Down low. Bennett a shot. Save. Back out to center. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Off the boards to center. Radko Gudas holds it for Czechia. Now Spacek will circle around now in his own zone. Well, then I appreciate that. It's a rare feat then. Down low now, Kubalik trying to play that one in front. Still back to my Marner. Here's Mark Stone. Stone through center to Marner. Marner with some room. Will backhand that one down low behind the net. Stone back up top. Pass down low in the crease. Stone feeds it back up top. Stone back down low behind the net. Marner battling forward with Spacek. Marner. Right side. Banks it down low. Suzuki picks it up behind the net. Nick Suzuki up top for Marner. Marner to Parayko. Parayko will clear that one down low. Spacek battling forward with Marner. Off the boards now, Natchez will clear to center. Theodore. Ahead then for McKinnon. Fires it wide. Now Theodore dumping it down low. Behind the net then Suzuki. Pass in front. Saved by Dostal and a chance for Hagel. 3.5 minutes to go here in period number 3. Canada with a 5-0 lead on Czechia. Oh boy. Stretching. Face-off coming up now in the Czechia zone yet again. Canada has been putting on the pressure. Oldest Canadian player to record a point in Olympic hockey history. Sidney Crosby ties Harold Simpson for second place for the oldest Canadian player to register a point in Olympic hockey. Crosby, a multi-point game tonight, 2 assists. Showing a flashback to the 2010 game in Vancouver when Sidney Crosby scored the golden goal in 2010 to win the gold medal in the Olympics for Team Canada. Olympics will go back to the United States in 2030, I believe, in Utah. Or it's either that or 2034. I think next year is actually Italy. I think next year is actually France, and then 2034 is Utah. So still got about like 8 years till it's back to the States. But hey, those years, they tend to go by fast sometimes. It's kind of how I feel. Face-off now outside of the Canada zone. Here's Cale Makar. Makar will dump that one into the Czechia zone. McDavid tries to fire it on. Intercepted then by the Czechs. Cleared all the way back into the Canada zone for an icing. Crosby and Tocchet talking there on the bench. Rick Tocchet, head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. Face-off won by the Czechs with 3 minutes to go. Cleared down low now into the Canada zone. Icing yet again against the Czechs. This game's pretty much done. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Here in the Olympic Games in Milano Cortina. C-Mac battling for it on the right side. Now Starvansky holding it against the boards with 2:45 left to go. It's all about just winding down the clock. Wilson up top then for Harley. Harley to Wilson, intercepted. Cleared all the way back into the Canada zone. Thomas Harley will bring it now through center. Dumps it down low into the Czechia end. Right side now, McDavid down low, back for Celebrini. Celebrini to McDavid. McDavid trying to throw a cross-ice pass to center. Palat off the boards then with Celebrini. Andre Palat now breaking it through center. Bank back down low into the Canada end. Makar off the boards. Hurdle battling for it with McDavid and Devon Tays. Kept in the zone then. Shot back down low into the corner. Now Bennington back to McDavid on the right side. Pasternak circling around. Puck will slide back to center. Michael Kempny holding it here now at the line. See you, Rick. Have fun with your swim. Wish I could go swimming right now. It's like 30 degrees here in Pennsylvania. Through the zone now, Kampf back up to Natchez. Natchez to Kampf. Kampf tried to throw that one down low. It got stuck in the referee's pads. Cleared all the way back to center. Approaching the final minute of play here in regulation. Hirtelbach thrown to center. Natchez intercepted there by Canada. Time will wind down. I hope so, Isaiah. Thank you for the nice comment. I appreciate it. 50 seconds to go here now in regulation. Mark Stone feeds it up top. Doughty to Harley, a shot. Goes up in the air, back down low. Czechia takes it back. Bank back down low into the corner. Harley. Dumped around to the right side then by Crosby. Back down low then. Doughty racing for it. Battling for it then with Seamek. Final 20 seconds tick down. Pass to center. Trying to get that one away then. Crosby will chip it ahead. 10 seconds left. Hronek will hold the puck back as time ticks down. One last push for the Czechs. Down the right side. 3-2-1. And Canada in their first game in Milan gets the 5-0 win as your final score. Jordan Binnington, his first career Watch with Nordic shutout and the first non-NHL shutout in live commentary history. What a game and what a win for Team Canada here tonight. And a fun one to watch, that's for sure. And welcome back to the Milan Cortina Olympics NHLers. Final score, 5-0 for Canada. A 26-save shutout for Jordan Binnington. And in case you are wondering, looking at the numbers here, I believe that is the 7th most saves in a shutout in Watch with Nordic history. So there you go. Cool little stat there. Okay, that will do it for me here for this commentary. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We will be live in about 2 hours to the dot for USA and Latvia later on. They will get the rink cleaned up, and we will get ready to commentate that hockey game here in just a little bit. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next stream.